Shemai, I'm Batgirl, I am, and I got a bath in the garden. And now that I got your attention, subscribe, like, ding the bell. It's lush, it says, it's bang tidy. Oh, Ems, tell the good people why you've got a bath in the garden. Cracking.
So, just for some context, back in 2022, I acquired this bath and my son's kindly fitted it for me. So, unfortunately for Ian, his new bath was delivered and it was damaged. Fortunately for me, after a few emails back and forth to Victoria Plum, they said he could keep the bath and they sent him a new one. So, tape measure at the ready. Let's measure this old bath and fingers crossed his new bath is going to fit here. Come here. So the time has finally come to lift the old bath out, and I'm going to paint the panel on the side and then hopefully put the new bath in. You were no help. So I got my paint and now I'm going to give it a little bit of a once over. Back in March 2021, I started sea dipping. The water temperature was barely 8 degrees. Technically, anything under 10 degrees is classed as cold dipping. I did research online, I did an online diploma in cold water therapy, and I joined a sea dipping group at Aberavon Beach. They made me feel so welcome, and very soon I was part of their community. Dipping helped with my circulation, it improved my mood, reduced muscle soreness, improved my sleep and improved my stress levels. It made me feel revitalised and invigorated. I dipped at the beach for the rest of the year, all the way through winter, and before long it was summer 2022. I changed jobs and I was working full time. I loved my job, but my health started to deteriorate. I'd started to get all sorts of weird symptoms and my mood began to dip. I was constantly on antibiotics for sinus infections and on medication for dizzy spells. Summer turned to autumn and I started to dip less. When I started my dipping journey, I promised my family that if it was not safe, then I wouldn't do it. I had to weigh up the pros and cons of driving to the beach in the dark after a full day's work to dip in the sea for literally a few minutes in stupidly cold temperatures. The rule of thumb is 1 minute in the sea per degrees, so 5 degrees would equal 5 minutes in the sea. I made the decision to join a gym. I'm not a big fan of gyms, but this gym had an outdoor swimming pool. I got to spend time in the cold water and do what I absolutely loved, which is swimming. It was a win-win for me. My health still wasn't right, and I started to do my own research on perimenopause. I remember phoning my doctor's surgery begging for another appointment because I knew something was wrong. I felt totally disconnected from myself. I'd even paid privately to get some answers about my sinus problems. I'd had blood tests that came back inconclusive, and I remember the nurse practitioner Rachel phoning me back in work one day to chat to me about my symptoms, and she agreed with me that she thought it was perimenopause. To have my thoughts and feelings validated was such a relief. I remember standing in the corridor sobbing whilst my work colleague ushered me into an empty classroom to finish my call in private. Rachel explained some treatments and we agreed that HRT was the way forward for me. It's not for everyone, but I wanted to try something. I could no longer go on feeling the way that I felt. I literally felt like I was losing my mind. During the late 19th and early 20th centuries, some women were even admitted to asylums with diagnosis related to the climacteric period, which includes menopause. If I was around in the late 19th and early 20th century, I think I probably would find myself in an asylum. I'd most certainly be the only Batgirl in there, but I'm sure they would give me a bed. I won't bore you with any more fun facts, but it was around the time of my perimenopause diagnosis that I actually acquired my outdoor bath. My sons built a frame for me and fitted it in the garden, so along with my weekly swims, I was able to dip in the safety of my garden too on nights that I didn't feel like going out after work. It's simply magical. Sometimes I fill it with warm water and just relax under the stars with a glass of wine. I've even been known to lay out there when it's raining. It's very refreshing. The following spring, I changed my job again and I now work part-time. Having a work-life balance is very important to me. My health is much better all around and I've started to feel like me again. I've got fantastic support in my family and in my wonderful partner. I don't feel that menopause is talked about enough. Whilst my partner is very knowledgeable on the subject, a lot of men unfortunately are not. I think it's very important to raise awareness. Every woman's journey will be different, but every woman will have a journey. It is so important that you reach out to someone. There is plenty of help out there if you need it. Now, let's finish installing this bath. I've waffled on for way too long.
Out with the old, in with the new. What do you think of the new bath, Val? Nice? Like it? Do you love it? So I painted the bath pink and I painted it. Every time I see it, I think of Minted and Pete is pissed. So I got new paint. Alrighty. It's better already, isn't it? Yes. Hello. Hello. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. What have you got? Where are you going? Val? What have you got?